Hello.
Welcome back to BS Movie Reviews, Part 3 of
Yeah, dog.
Night of the Demons.
Night of the Demons. And yeah. Okay. So right.
The
So
blind date,
yeah, we're done.
he just had his eyes popped.
Right. So
Not in a good way.
everybody's freaking out now. Roger's back in the house for some reason. I don't know what he's doing in the
Yeah,
fucking
well,
house.
that's
Well, no,
big-
that
that's-
chick.
that
He's in the
chick, yeah.
car.
Yeah.
He's in the chick in the. He's in the car, and that chick that saw something in the.
Disappeared,
Yeah.
shows up again, and
She just falls on the roof of the car, and so
her
Roger
face
gets it.
smacks the windshield, and
Yeah.
Roger's bolting out.
And Roger's sneaking through the house, and all of a sudden he hears Roger, and he turns around, it's Angela, and she's all fucking creepy looking. So
Yeah.
he's running, she's floating around being all scary, and I don't know. Yeah, essentially, like, she's just, I don't know, basically for most of the movie, it's just them hiding from her, and
Yeah, pretty much.
and Roger and Alice, I think are supposed to be the main. Like, they're like the purest characters in the movie.
Yeah.
But probably because one's religious and the other one is just, a virgin. So
Yeah.
I mean, but it kind of blew off the thing where they have a token black guy, because you can tell there's even a part in the movie where Roger's like, the only token black thing he did in the movie was when the demons all cornered them, and he's like, "Fuck this, you're not getting me," and he just runs
Jumps
away.
out the window,
Yeah.
leaving Alice behind. She's
Yeah.
like, Roger!
Yeah.
And they're all these demons are creeping up on her.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my god.
But they end up, her and Roger meet up basically, and all these other guys are dead. Like, all these other fucking people are toast, essentially.
Yeah,
and
pretty much. They're all turning into demons now,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
it's just those two left.
yeah, and yeah, Roger and her are basically, it's them struggling their asses off to try and get off the property, but it's impossible. And fucking yeah, they run down to the crematorium in the funeral place, and they see a door in there, and they close.
They think they can maybe get out,
Yeah.
so.
And it's pretty obvious what it is. Like, it's not a fucking door to get out. It's a crematorium, and it's a door to the fucking oven, right? And then, so they shut this big steel door, and the demons are trying to get Roger to open it, saying, we won't take you, we'll just take her and stuff. And he's like, fuck you. I doubt it.
I doubt it. I have doubt. I'm the black guy.
Yeah, I have doubt.
Usually I'm the first one dead. I'm
Yeah.
going to try and
Yeah.
not die.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna fucking live through this
Yeah.
shit. But yeah.
And yeah, this is where the little pins and the hinges were popping up slowly one by one.
Yeah,
And Alice is like, we need to find a weapon. It's like, man, go hold the pins down so
Yeah.
they can't get in.
Oh shit! Unless maybe that was extra strong.
Yeah, well, they are demons, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a little hard to stop them.
Yeah, no doubt.
So anyways, Alice is like trying to rip out this pipe in the oven, and she whips it out, and all of a sudden gas is like spewing out, hey, like her hair is blowing in the gas.
Yeah.
And then she's like pointing it towards the door. I don't know how the pipe got as long as it did, but she
Yeah.
just ripped out the pipe like it was no problem, like it was like a fire hose or
Yeah,
whatever.
and just
eh?
points it like this.
Yeah, and
then
then
she's
she's sitting
lighting
there
it.
trying to light it. But I mean, if you ask me, something like that, you have gas just filling up in a crematorium.
Yeah, no.
Like I was expecting a boom
Yeah,
when she
just-
lit it. And
They're
that.
all dead. Yeah.
It just turns out it's like it's her own little personal.
It was like a tiger
flamethrower.
torch.
Yeah.
That's what it basically was. It was like if you've ever done blades or needed to use it for anything that's useful other than blaze, then you know what a tiger torch is. And yeah, it's basically like she turns up the valve and she lights it. Angela and Stooge come breaking through the door, so she lights them on fire, right? And
Yeah.
so the dumb thing that I thought is that if it was like that and it was like a tiger torch and you were being surrounded by demons, plus her lighter she was having trouble lighting her lighter.
Yeah, it took her like a good minute.
Yeah, so she tells Roger, turn off the gas. And I was like, wouldn't you keep a flame at least this big so that you could turn it up in case they came back?
Yeah, just crank it back up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and like eventually they'd be disintegrated probably.
yeah,
But anyway, so Angela and Stooge are on fire. So Roger and Alice, I guess, think that they're all good, right?
yeah, so they decide to try and make a break for it again.
Yeah, and that's when they get cornered, and Roger ditches Alice because he's like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he jumps out the window, and Alice, I guess, follows him.
Yeah, she at the last seconds like, oh wait, he's made it outside. I'm gonna go follow him.
Yeah.
Why didn't you run with him when he jumped out the window?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, after Roger jumps out the window, he's lying there. He's like, looks,
Yeah.
I'm alive.
He's like, I'm alive. He's like, you can swear to God, he's just like, actually in real life, he was probably like, I'm a black guy, I'm alive in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
Don't see that every day.
Yeah, no shit, eh? But yeah, no. Anyways, then there was this.
Real racist.
Whatever, we're not racist. We're just people persons. Or
We're
something.
just people persons. We're just like any other human being.
Yeah, we have needs.
And
Sexual needs.
how do we go from being racist to just having sexual needs?
I don't know.
We got a sexual need for the other
For
races.
black people named Roger.
Roger Blacks.
Roger Black. Jack Black will do.
Yeah, yes, I could settle for Jack Black.
I think I could. I love Jack Black.
Yeah, he's a good actor, that guy.
We just like go
This
off
is
on
really
this
funny.
movie.
Oh, we're almost at the end. We're basically at the
Yeah.
part where Roger and Alice are trying to climb up the wall.
But I want to say something before
Okay.
we continue.
Yeah.
You get to see Liana Quigley's titties and her vagina and her ass in this movie. But we watched it on YouTube, so it was all cut out, all the good scenes were. If you can get it uncut, get this movie uncut.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah,
They're trying to climb the wall. And
Yeah,
the
no-
only way that they can climb up
is
is
by barbed wire.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's barbed wire or razor wire. It's probably barbed wire though, because razor wire would be way worse. But Roger climbs up the wall, and Alice, all these demons are below. Like all the guys from the party are below, trying to rip Alice down. And Roger,
Yeah, because Roger like got on top and is like trying to pull Alice up.
yeah,
And she gets high enough to grab onto the one wire, and then she's holding on and trying to reach for Roger's hand, and she kind of has it, and they're trying to pull him down, and Roger all of a sudden somehow just comes flying off the wall and falls on the other side,
yeah,
and then he's sitting there covering his ears so he doesn't have to listen to Alice die.
yeah.
And I was like, man, you cocksucker,
Yeah.
you're gonna leave her behind.
I
Well, and
would've.
Bill made the comment, he's like, man, if I was him, I'd just run.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but then you'd have that on your conscience. I didn't
Yeah.
save her.
Yeah.
And then that's when all of a sudden he's back at the top again where
Yeah.
he was, and he grabs her and lifts her up, no problem.
Yeah.
And they fall to the other side, and
The demons all disintegrate because the sun comes up right when they get
yeah,
out.
of course, right
Yeah,
when they get out,
fucking
yeah.
horseshit.
So the demons are killed by the sun, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Basically, they walk home.
yeah, they're walking home, and this is where we get back to the old guy with the groceries and the
At the
razors and
beginning.
apples. Yeah, at
Yeah.
the beginning. He comes back right at the end and sees the two kids walking down the street. And what does he say? What was his line?
He's like staying out all night. He called them like pigly somethings or dirty pigs or something, or I don't know.
something like that. And
But yeah, he basically he goes into basically there we go again.
oh,
But-
dude, we said it so well. You.
Yeah, but he goes into his house, and his wife's
Made him a homemade pie.
Yeah.
How awesome is
Yeah.
that? You just
Yeah.
come back in and you got homemade pie.
But of course, he's an old prick, so he's just angry.
Yeah, he's all being a dick
And
about
so
it.
he's eating it, and she says, "Oh, you used to love my homemade pies." And he says, "Well."
When did you make this?
And she said, "Last night while you were sleeping." And then all of a sudden, his neck starts bleeding.
Yeah,
and
she's
he
like,
falls.
we didn't have as many trick or treaters, so I had to do something with all those apples you got. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, he's like, "What?" And then that's when the blood starts coming out of his neck. And he's like, "Oh." And then she just walks up to him and says, "Happy Halloween, sweetie."
Yeah, and
Drinking her tea.
that's pretty much where the credits, I guess, would start rolling,
Yeah, that
Um,
was it. That'd be the end of the story.
and this is where we get to our rating. What would we
Yeah.
give this movie? I think it's a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
I rather enjoyed it. It was good.
I mean, for an '80s horror film, I'm gonna give it, I guess,
I'm gonna give it a 9 razor blade apples out of 10.
nice. I'm gonna give it. I think I'm actually gonna agree with you. I'd say 9 Liana Quigley vaginas out of 10. Man, she's just so hot. And by the way, you can also see her nude in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and Return of the Living Dead.
Bill's in love.
Oh yeah, no, well it's just that she always plays a punk chick and stuff. I
Yeah.
just love it. But yeah, no, and she's got she always has the worst lines, but she was the only
yeah,
chick
she
from the
sounded like. What did she sound like? She's like.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
But she was the only chick from the '80s that I think shaved her bush.
Nice. She
Yeah.
started the fad, you guys. So if there's anyone to thank, it's her.
Yeah, peace.
Cheers.